Welcome to the Entrepreneurial CPA Show, where we take a deep dive into the knowledge needed to break through the box and become that world-changing entrepreneur you want to be. As always, we've got to hit you up with the theoretical and the practical skills you need to punch above your weight. I'm Garrett, bringing the theoretical knowledge on a daily basis. And I'm here with the man who's practical, who's theoretical, practical. He does it all. He's a doctor for a reason, Dr. Sean. He's got the theory on everything. Now, in today's show, it's brought to you by our amazing sponsors. Prolera, remind you that CP doesn't have to be a grind, nor should it. Hay & Rock Solutions, providing you the roadmap to advisory services. Become the most relevant advisor to your clients today. And Accounting Fly. If you're a firm looking for help in hiring that next job candidate, reach out to them. They can help. Don't go through another talent shortage again. All right, Dr. Sean, in today's show, I know we love to talk about disruptive changes coming to our profession.
Of course.
And I want to talk about one of the biggest ones coming out there. There was even a Super Bowl ad, multiple Super Bowl ads, that little robot AI little guy from Intuit.
That was pretty creepy, Gary.
It was kind of creepy, no doubt. But it's disruptive of Intuit's program of CPAs on demand, coming straight to the consumer, bypassing the CPA firms, upending everything. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I would sort of first say that that's a whole sort of direct to consumer service is honestly just a extension of other services out there. It can be Uber, it can be Netflix. There are even doctors who are now doing that kind of on-demand service via Zoom, Skype, or on the phone.
And so you mean doctors like yourself as well, right?
No, Gary. Actual doctors that can help people. But honestly, that whole idea of that sort of bypassing a firm structure is interesting and too really sort of groundbreaking, right? Because Intuit is obviously a big software company, right? QuickBooks is huge, right? And so all of us know how Intuit works, their products and services. Now adding this whole new sort of service line in there really is one opportunity for individuals out there, and two, it's a big threat, right, for firms who are not proactive and forward-looking and able to embrace this new way of doing business.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge change. It's a huge pivot of like, okay, instead of going to H&R Block or one of those like national tax shops,
sure,
they charge you all this money for $100, $150, $200. You can do it from the comfort of your home. You can do it on your smartphone. Fire that bad boy up, and do it wherever you are. It's going to import the data live from third parties. So as a consumer, I'm not mainly keen on a lot of stuff. It's going to do my taxes for me. And then that remarkable concept that I can now, as a consumer, at the push of a button, have a video of a real-life CPA enrolled agent pop up on my screen and go through like, hey, is this right? Or like, why am I not getting my mortgage interest? Or why am I not getting my student loan interest? That's a phenomenal disruption on the consumer side. And there's no way it's not. Firms, as a firm, we cannot do it at that same economies of scale.
Yeah.
We can't do a complex 1040 for $150 and let them talk to us for an hour. It's just not going to happen. Our fixed cost just through the return are higher than that.
Yeah.
So that's tremendously disruptive on the consumer side. I think it's a great sign, though. It's going to force us as professionals to get out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting, and they're taking that marketplace by storm. I mean, you don't do multiple Super Bowl ads if you're not being serious about it and seeing growth. And I know I saw some statistics from the AICPA in January when it looked at like who does tax returns in the United States. Mm-hmm. And CPA firms over the past 10 years have done between like 66 and 68 million tax returns. And it kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. And then like the tax shops, H&R Block used to do something, maybe it was like 20 million and they're down to like 12. And then Intuit, TurboTax Online went from like 2 million to like 30 million. And then do it yourself went from like 10 million to like 2. So like the CPAs have stayed relatively the same. TurboTax is growing exponentially, and kind of they've already almost gobbled away a lot of that growth from the tax shops. Next they're going to become more for the CPA firms. Our share up top is going to be willed away by them. There's no way it's not. There's no way our customers are going to say, why should I pay? I can pay a CPA for $1,000. I can do it myself for $150 and talk to a CPA. Disruptive, no question. Disruptive.
Yep. And so Garrett, sort of that whole example that you outlined, it's a classic disruption curve.
Yep.
Right. It's a classic one, right? Echoed in phone industries, the copiers, food services. It's that exact same idea mirrored in all kinds of industries, right? Where a new entrant into the marketplace offers a good enough alternative to people down at those lower price points, and then over time works itself up the actual value chain and then ends up upending the current incumbent firms. So all of us have this information. All of us know what's happening. So then the actual question is, what are we going to do about it? Right?
Yeah, we got to pivot away from, we talk all the time, pivot away, break through the box from being a focus on just taxes with your client. Focus on adding true value to your clients. And if it's on the personal side, maybe it's you move out of the tax business. If it's on the personal side, you get into personal financial planning and wealth management. Is that value add? On the corporate side, strategic business advice, be an advisor to your clients, like we talk about on a regular basis, get into virtual CFO services. But Dr. Sean, there's actually one other hidden disruptive trend coming to CPA firms.
Oh, geez.
Right?
Hidden.
And here's the one. A lot of CPA firms rely on seasonal people this time of year during busy season to do the work, to come on part-time and help with that workload. Well, here's the extra rub. We're into it. They're not just stealing the customers. They're not stealing the customers. They're earning the customers.
Yeah.
They're also luring away that talent.
Yeah.
Because they're able to pay people to be those CPAs and EAs on demand. In a lot of cases, they're able to pay a higher rate.
Hourly rate, yeah.
Than the local CPA firm. So if I'm a job candidate, I can say, okay, I can work for a CPA firm and I can prepare a review tax returns. They only get maybe 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, and my pay is X. Or I can do it from Intuit, work from home, work more hours, and get paid more than that. Well, now they're drawing away customers and they're drawing away the talent pool. So, I mean, that you talk about that disruption curve, that's how it goes.
Yep.
You get the bottom thing and then you kind of start to lure away talent and lure away customers from up there. If I'm a firm, I'm saying, wow, I got to really think how I pivot hard in here. It's another sign of, we talk about the death of the accountant is coming in multiple shapes and forms. That meteor is coming. It just got a little bit bigger.
Coming right to us.
Yeah, coming right to us. Intuit just made it bigger. So watch out. If you're someone that works part-time for a CPA firm, you want to take a hard look next year at going to work for Intuit. CPA EA on demand from home. So next year during the Super Bowl, will we see Dr. Sean on TV as the AI Intuit robot?
Hey, hopefully, right?
All right. So social media campaign, hit us up in the comments, tagging the people from Intuit.
Yeah.
David Bergstein, I'm going to tag you on this, okay?
David, come on, man.
Get Dr. Sean on the Super Bowl commercial next year. The CPAs on demand. He can be the face of your new program. So, Dr. Sean, after that's the little social media pitch for you, any final thoughts for what people need to do out there listening in CPA firms of how do you get ready for this disruptive change?
I'd say really sort of the one angle that really isn't analyzed enough, I think, is that as a firm, right, we aren't going to be able to offer all kinds of services, right? Just our in-house talent as it currently stands can't offer every option under the sun, right? Advisory services, CFO services, planning services, financial planning. I mean, we aren't able to offer all of those ourselves, right? And so a big concept that I'm seeing sort of used more and more is to hire those workers on a gig basis or to partner up with other firms, right? Whether they're law firms, tax firms, advisory firms, CFP firms, to partner with them to offer those services jointly, right? Because each firm and then each individual has their own areas of expertise, and then partnering up, we're actually combined able to offer a much wider array of services.
I love it. I love it. You're always stronger partnering together. And that's another concept we talk about time and time again. There's amazing resources that even a small firm can bring in.
Yeah.
In today's marketplace, a firm of one person can compete with service offerings with the big four when you partner with the right people.
Yep,
To
absolutely.
get started, get ready. Avoid that disruption. So everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Help you better understand this disruptive change that's coming from these CPAs on demand. Because Intuit is the biggest player, but there's a couple other smaller players that are getting in the space as well. Think about what this means for you, for your firm, for your career. If you got more questions on this, reach out to us. We're always happy to talk offline. For those of you that want to keep the learning going and avoid being caught up by this disruptive change, join one of our entrepreneurial CPA groups. Learn how to become an entrepreneurial CPA and avoid this disruption. Learn how to team up with other people. Offer higher value services to your client. Get seen as that relationship QB, as that strategic advisor to your clients. We're here to help you. As always, click the little link, subscribe to the YouTube channel, get the latest content when it comes out. And most importantly, we challenge you to take action every day to change the world and invest in yourself.